You know, your iPhone holds a huge part of your life, but how much of that life is being shared without you even realizing it? Okay, let's dive in. We're about to give your iPhone a complete privacy makeover, and we're going to do it fast.
It's a simple question, right? But the answer can get surprisingly complicated. Every single app, every website you visit, every tap, it can all be a data point. So just think about it for a second. Who is your phone talking to behind your back?
And that's exactly what this is all about: control. This isn't about being paranoid, it's about being smart. In just the next few minutes, you're going to learn the key settings that put you right back in the driver's seat. So, you ready?
Okay, let's start by building a really strong foundation. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of app permissions and all that, we have to make sure the walls of your digital fortress are secure. These are the absolute non-negotiables.
Here are the 3 pillars of that fortress. First, make sure your iPhone is set to automatically install critical security updates. It's a total set-it-and-forget-it way to stay protected. Second, a strong passcode with Face ID is your main gate. And third, stolen device protection. This feature is brilliant. It stops someone from changing your Apple ID password even if they somehow got your passcode. Think of these as the locks on your front door. Seriously, take a moment and make sure all 3 are enabled right now.
All right, the fortress is built. Now, let's talk about what's happening inside those walls. This is where we get into how apps track you and what they're allowed to see.
It's pretty amazing how much power is packed into one single switch. When you let apps request to track you, you're basically giving them a VIP pass to follow you from one app to the next, building this super detailed profile of your habits. By turning that permission off, boom, you slam the door right in their face. It's one of the most powerful privacy moves you can make.
Okay, so we've stopped future tracking, but what about the past? What have your apps been doing this whole time? Well, your iPhone actually keeps a detailed log, and I think it's about time we took a look.
Apple gives you the perfect tool for this: the App Privacy Report. Honestly, the best way to think of it is like an itemized receipt for your data. It shows you exactly which apps accessed your microphone, your camera, your location, and when they did it. It even shows you all the weird web domains those apps are secretly pinging in the background. It is a real eye-opener.
Seeing that report, it just naturally leads to this question. Does that game really need access to all your contacts? Does that social media app really need to know your precise location 24/7? It's time to become the auditor of your own data.
And this is how you put that audit into action. Just focus on these 3 super sensitive areas. For location, if an app doesn't absolutely need it, set it to never. If it does, while using is almost always a better choice than always. For contacts and photos, you gotta be ruthless. Granting access to your entire photo library is almost never necessary. Just choose selected photos to stay in control.
Great! We've covered the really big stuff. Now for a few quick wins that'll make a huge difference in your day-to-day privacy with Siri and your web browser, Safari.
Siri is incredibly helpful, we all know that. But that helpfulness comes from data. The question is, how much data are you really comfortable sharing? Let's make sure it's on your terms. Here's how you do it. First, just head in your settings and delete your Siri history. This gets rid of past recordings from Apple servers. Next, opt out of sharing your audio to improve the service. And finally, why does Siri need to know your location all the time? For most things, it doesn't. Set that to never.
2 more lightning-fast changes for a big security boost. In Safari, turn on the warning for fraudulent websites. It's like having a lookout for sketchy sites. And in Messages, turn on the feature that automatically deletes those one-time verification codes after you use them. It's just simple digital hygiene that keeps your inbox clean and way more secure.
Now, for most of us, everything we've covered is more than enough. But Apple has also built in some more advanced, heavy-duty tools for those who might need an extra layer of protection.
This is lockdown mode, and let's be super clear, this is not for everyone. It's an extreme security measure that really limits what your phone can do, all to protect against highly targeted cyber attacks. It's amazing that it exists, but you'll probably know if you're someone who needs it.
Now, here's something powerful that protects everyone, automatically, right out of the box. Your iPhone is always on the lookout for unknown trackers, like an AirTag that might be moving with you. If it spots one, it alerts you immediately so you can find it and shut it down. It's a powerful, built-in shield against unwanted physical tracking. And this is Safety Check. It's an incredibly important tool designed for personal safety. It lets you quickly see and revoke who and what has access to your information, like your location. It's a fast way to reset all your sharing permissions if you're ever in a sensitive situation.
We've covered a lot, I know, but privacy isn't a one-and-done thing. It's really a habit. The good news is, keeping it up is way faster than the initial setup. The best way to stay in control is with a simple habit. Once a month, just take 5 minutes to run through this checklist. A quick scan of your app privacy report for anything that looks weird, a quick review of your location permissions, and just a quick confirmation that your key security settings are still active. This simple habit keeps your digital fortress strong. And that's it. By following these steps, you've fundamentally changed your relationship with your device. You've gone from being a passive user to being an active guardian of your own data. Your iPhone is now working for you, not for some data broker.
So, congratulations on taking back control. The final question really isn't about technology anymore. It's about you. With this new confidence in your digital privacy, what will you do with that peace of mind?